Hi, and welcome to another edition of iAccelerate Remote, where we talk to founders of companies that are going through the iAccelerate program and talking to them about what the challenges that they're facing today with the COVID crisis and also the overall environment that we're all needing to cope with. So today I have Mike Rix, has a company called Education Through Animation. And he's here to talk to us about his journey and also his product and the capabilities that he's built. So hi, Mike.
Hi, Omar.
So tell us, first of all, because I think you have a unique background as a founder of a company and thinking about that as a starting point and talking about how you've come about creating this new business.
Yeah, okay. So I've been with the iAccelerate program for 2 years now, or almost 2 years. And prior to that, I've got sort of quite a different background to animation. I was in the resource industry for 26 years working for Rio Tinto and BHP and a number of other companies. I sort of got halfway through what I consider to be my working career and then decided, well, you know, what am I going to do for the second half? And I decided I wanted to have a crack at trying to make a difference to people's lives. And that's why I chose children's education. With modern technology, I felt the world was sort of at a position where you could teach concepts quite visually so that the kids could remember them and apply that learning way quicker than what they could in the past. And hence that's where the animation piece comes in, is that you can teach concepts so that kids can remember them, which means, so take for instance our first app, which is teaching the times tables. You can actually teach a third or fourth grade kid the times tables within days or weeks, whereas at the moment it takes years.
So Mike, first of all, you better introduce that your pal there off of your shoulder, because people might think that someone's bombed into your shot.
So that's Ruby the rabbit. She's one of the 13 characters. She teaches the 4 times tables. And she teaches it as double. So it's just the 2 times tables plus the 2 times tables. So once the kids know that concept, they don't ever fret over remembering the 4 times tables again. They just know that it's double.
So Mike, it's interesting that your journey, but also how you picked this particular product to launch your company. That's really about trying to teach people through animation, young people mostly through animation. So what is it about the times tables that actually got you started, or why were you thinking that would be the place to go first?
Yeah, well, it all started, I watched a TED talk about 8 years ago is where I first got the idea. And I was watching a guy, he was a journalist for the New York Times, and he was covering the American Memory Championships. And one of the other memory guys there sort of said to him, well, why don't I coach you and you go in it the following year? He did that, and he ended up winning it with 15 minutes a day of practice. Because most people think that those memory experts, they've got some sort of special brain, but they actually don't. They just take concepts that the brain's not good at storing and remembering and convert it into ones that they are. And it's highly visual. Like, the brain is very, very good at visual. So, it will remember a boomerang splitting blocks into 2 on an animation way better than it will remember, the number 7 as the symbol times the number 7 equals 49. The brain can't remember that at all. And if you think about, well, why is that the case? For millions of years, the brain's had to rely on visual and audio. It's only the last 2,000 years that we've really introduced letters and numbers and symbols. So it's just not good at remembering that stuff. So I thought, well, if I'm going to make a difference to kids' education, let's create a product that uses the brain's strengths so that it can accelerate their learning and make it way more enjoyable as well.
Yeah, that's fascinating. I mean, and yeah, sure. I mean, cave paintings came well before any sort of writing came in. I mean, people are still are entranced by how visuals, actually trigger a lot of things in the brain. It's emotion. It ties up a lot of different bits of the brain together, and that helps memory, I assume. So Michael, now you've got this going. Tell us a bit more about both the products, but now also the timeliness of it during this particular crisis, and how this may actually be helping maybe parents who are teaching kids at home, or maybe just teaching more broadly?
The uniqueness of what we've produced is we actually, I mean, we didn't set out to do this, but we've actually got 2 Disney movies worth of animated content within the app, which are delivered to the student via the Amazon CloudFront service. And what's unique is the characters within the app actually teach the content. So if you go and download the most popular times tables apps on the App Store, they're really just practicing something that you already know. They don't teach the content. And so every times table has an individual character. So as I said, Ruby, who you can see there, she teaches the 4 times. Kylie, who you can see, sorry, I got to get my fingers right, she teaches the 7 times tables, and they actually teach it. So as I said, Ruby teaches the best way to learn 4 times is double. Kylie uses this concept of number sense, where you use the easy times tables to work out the hard ones. So she teaches 7 times as 5 times plus 2 times, and no kids stress over 5 times tables or 2 times tables, but there's a lot of kids out there that stress over 7 times. So we just take the stress out of having to sort of rote learn and remember the times tables. You just need to know the relationships between the numbers, and then you can work them all out really easily. 12 times is 10 times plus 2 times. I mean, how many kids out there stress out over 12 times when it's just 10 times plus 2 times? Like, if all kids were taught that way, then the stress would just go out of learning the times tables. And that is proven to be the most stressful activity in primary school maths, is learning the times tables.
Oh, I think a few adults who might also stress out over some of that.
Yeah. So if you downloaded the app and you went from start to finish, you could learn the entire 156 questions, because we use 0 times as well, within hours. And yet there's kids that are in 14, 15 that don't even know their times tables. So that's why when I say I sort of changed course and wanted to make a difference, that's the type of difference that I think I can make. Imagine a class of grade 3 students who all knew their times tables within a couple of weeks.
Yeah, I think that would be pretty impressive. So Mike, all of a sudden, just when you're getting yourself through the launch phase of this product, COVID-19 sort of hits us all. What's it meant to you, and how have you changed, or if anything, as a result of that happening just at this time?
Well, it's a tremendous opportunity because more kids are homeschooled, and because the characters, they not only teach, they coach as well. So if you get the incorrect answer, they'll come up and they'll help you with like a sort of a 30-second clip, and you can watch the learn scene again. So it's really, it actually doesn't need a teacher. It's perfect for homeschooling because they'll help you until you've got all 156. So I thought that's a tremendous opportunity. So to release the app now is ideal because there's so many people that are homeschooled. But then on top of that, there's so many teachers that need to catch up when the kids come back as well, because everybody knows homeschooling hasn't been as effective as face-to-face. So there's a real opportunity in using the app for them to catch up very quickly with multiplication. So I found that quite exciting. But then the daunting piece is, now that it is released, I've realised I'm sort of halfway there. I've got a great product, but now you've got to get visibility of that product, and it's not granted automatically on the App Store. You've really got to work at improving your App Store optimization and search. So that's really where I'm at now, is what's the best way to get the app visible.
Well, maybe somebody listening might be happy to help you out. But clearly there is that moment where it seems like everything you've been working on seems to be almost just made for purpose. As you say, getting parents who might want to help their children but don't know exactly how to do it. This is actually a way to do that. And maybe also some schools are maybe thinking about how they provide remote learning opportunities that parents can use, that they would actually maybe step in as well. So for a lot of reasons, it seems to be the right that's sort of the right thing at the right time. But as you say, exposure in this very crowded space is quite important. But I mean, you started off with times tables, but where do you see your business going, and what's next?
We're sort of having a pause at the moment whilst we try to market it from developing the next app. But I would like to teach all of primary school maths with the same 13 characters. You know, it took quite a while to actually develop the characters and rig them so that they were adorable. We've done that, and so they're available for the next app. But which sort of because we've got a pause at the moment. We actually do have some resources available if anyone needs any sort of animated content or anything to sell their business. So I just put a call out there that over the coming months we do have capacity to develop anything for any of the businesses at iAccelerate. Just give me a buzz. But that's the game plan. I started with the app that I thought could make the biggest difference. Like it has been proven to create the most stress in primary school kids. But then obviously there's division, there's addition, there's subtraction. There's even just understanding numbers. You know, the characters could be used to teach all of those, and then you can sort of move on to fractions and algebra and that sort of stuff. So who knows which way we go. And I wanted to get the first app out there and then get feedback from teachers and end users as to where they thought could make the next biggest difference to kids.
Yeah. So again, Michael, remind everyone where they can find the app.
So if it's on both the App Store and Google Play. Just search Times Tables Made Easy, or you can go to my website educationthroughanimation.com and it's app centric. It gives you the opportunity to download it there or find the link to download. Great.
Well, it's been fantastic talking to you. For many of the founders, I'm catching up this way because I haven't been able to see you guys in person, but it's also great to see that your product is now out there and available. You've done a great job, coming through from over just the last couple of years and delivering such a great product and a very interesting business just at the right time. So good luck to you. And for all of our viewers, hope you enjoyed that one. We're going to continue for a while longer with our iAccelerate Remote series, and we hope you're enjoying them. And please give us some feedback. We'd love to hear from you, and also to hear what else you may want to be finding out about that we haven't covered yet. Okay, goodbye now. Thank you.
Thanks, Omar.